Buck Denver, man of news. This week we're in the book of Deuteronomy, where Moses is giving a big speech to remind the Israelites where they've been the last 40 years. He's also telling the Israelites about all the rules they need to follow.
I got a question.
What's that, Chuck Wagon?
I've been reading all these rules in Leviticus and Numbers and Deuteronomy, and I'm noticing that the punishments for breaking them are sort of, well, severe.
What do you mean? I think I know what he means. It says if you kill someone on purpose, the penalty is death.
Well, that's not so unusual. In America today, in many states, if you kill someone on purpose, the penalty can be death.
Right, but it also says if you curse God, say he isn't worth anything, or mock his name, the penalty is death. And if you curse your mum or dad, like saying you wish they were dead, or hit your mum or dad, the penalty is death.
I know we shouldn't hit our mums or dads, but death? That seems a little extreme.
Exactly. So I got two questions. Why are the punishments in the Old Testament so severe? And number two, are they still true today? If I curse my parents or curse God, does the Bible say my punishment should be death?
Ooh, those are tricky questions. I guess it's time for...
Tricky Bits with Buck Denver.
No.
And now it's time for Tricky Bits with Phil.
Those are good questions. There are all sorts of rules that God gave to Moses where the punishment for breaking them was death. What was that all about? And is that still the punishment God wants if we break those rules today?
Yes, those are our questions.
And now it's time for the answers. Go!
Okay. First, we have to remember that the Israelites were living under a covenant with God. Now, a covenant is a promise, but it's a promise that goes both ways. On Mount Sinai, God had told Moses what he would do for the Israelites. He would give them a wonderful land. He would defend them from their enemies. He would bless them with healthy families and great crops. But in return, the Israelites needed to follow all of his laws and commands.
Why did God want to make that deal with Israel? What was the point?
So the whole world could learn about God. This is a big part of his rescue plan. By seeing God bless and protect Israel, all the other nations would learn about God's power and his love. By seeing all the laws Israel had to follow to be a part of this covenant and the very strong punishments for breaking those laws, all the nations would learn just how holy God is.
Holy? You mean God is set apart for God?
Not exactly. When we say God is holy, we mean something a little different. God is set apart, but not for anything. God is set apart from everything. God made everything, and nothing made God. So God is completely different than anything else. He is perfect. He is complete. He is the standard for what is good, what is pure, for creativity and wisdom. Calling God holy is saying that he is so different, so far above and beyond us, that all we can do is fall down on our knees and worship him. A holy God deserves to be worshiped and obeyed.
That's right. The covenant God made with Abraham was amazing. He said, "I will be your God, and you and your children will be my people." God's people. If God was going to live among the Israelites, they had to keep sin out of their camp. If they were to enjoy his blessings, they had to be different than all the other nations.
Hence all the rules.
And the strong punishments.
So the punishments in the Old Testament aren't for anyone who breaks those rules.
They were just for the children of Israel, who were in a special covenant with God. So, because we aren't living in Israel under the Old Covenant, those extreme punishments aren't for us. What do you know?